Hello everyone and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat. We have a brilliant Sunday of action coming our way, and this morning we are kicking off in Spain at the top of the Liga F as league leaders Barcelona welcome second place Real Madrid, and this is going to be very tasty. El Clasicos are always brilliant games, and this is a very big game for the title race. Barcelona currently leading the league by 7 points. If they are to win today, they will go 10 points clear with 7 games to play. And at that point, you'd feel like they'd have one hand on the trophy already. If Real Madrid, though, somehow managed to pull off a big upset today, they could close that gap to 4, and then things could get very interesting. So a lot riding on this match today. It would take a lot for Real Madrid to get a win. 16 meetings between these two sides, and you'll be stunned to know that Barcelona have won all 16 of them. It's never happened before, but Real Madrid could make history. They could beat Barcelona for the first time today. Let's see what happens. If we're being realistic, if we're making solid predictions, Barcelona are very strong favourites and are expected to win this game pretty comfortably. But you never know. Football's football. Crazy things can happen. They've met four times before, these two sides this season. It's been a very busy season. These two sides have met each other a lot. They've played each other once already in the league. They played each other in the Super Cup, and then they played each other twice in the Copa del Arena semi-finals. All of those games, as I said, going to Barcelona, and a lot of them in convincing fashion. The most competitive scoreline being 3-1. So Real Madrid, they'll want to put more respect on their own name today. They'll want to put up a better fight than they have so far this season. 5th meeting between the two sides. Is it 17th time lucky for Real Madrid? Can they finally avoid defeat against Barcelona? Go M1GP. Welcome to the stream. Says if we win, we'll secure the championship. Pretty much so. Yeah. I mean, there'd still be 21 points to play for, but with a 10-point gap, it would take a lot. I don't see Barcelona dropping 10 points. So yeah, I think a win today would put Barcelona practically as champions for again, and that will be the aim today. They know there's a lot of importance going to this game. They also know that it will be their toughest game left of their run. Yes, they've still got to play Atletico Madrid. Yes, they've still got to play Athletic Club Bilbao, but they know that Real Madrid is probably the toughest game out of their 8 remaining. So get the job done today, and then potentially put that kind of season through, no matter what happens in the rest of the season. Also asked, can you stream the Copa del Rey final in June? Potentially, we'll have a look at it. Depends what we're doing. I'm guessing that will come just before that'll be in that weird, it'll be like after the FA Cup final, but in that section before the Euro. So potentially, and yeah, we want to cover as much European coverage as possible. But yeah, going into today, both sides enjoying brilliant success in Europe in the midweek. A big win for Real Madrid on Tuesday, hosting against Arsenal and pulling off a really strong result. For Barcelona, they cruised past Wolfsburg, and it was really stylish fashion, and credit to them, because I think Wolfsburg did collapse in that second half, but Barcelona did well. They kept the pressure on them, and they put in a really good result. Both sides have rotated pretty heavily from those European games, so let's have a look at those lineups then. We'll start with Barcelona, as they are the home side. Catalina Cole stays in goal. It is in a back four of Marta Torrejon, Paredes, Leon, and Fridolina Rolfo. So Rolfo and Torrejon both coming into the side. Midfield 3 of Bonmati, Gallardo, and Putellas. No changes there. And then in the front line, Caroline Graham-Hansen, Ewa Payor, and Schertenleib comes in to start again. Obviously, an incredible talent. Came off the bench against Wolfsburg and scored a beautiful goal to put Barcelona 4-1 ahead. So expecting exciting things from her today, and hopefully for her, another good performance. Potentially she gets on the score sheet again, because she is a real talent and could definitely has the potential to be right up the sharp end, to be one of the best players in Europe. So a lot of potential, a lot of pressure on her as well, admittedly. When you are a youngster coming through at Barcelona, also you're expected to deliver. People know how good you can be. So that's an interesting test, but so far she's passing with flying colours, a phenomenal talent, and could really cause Real Madrid some problems today. Speaking of Real Madrid, let's have a look at the away side then. Misa Rodriguez stays in net. It is in a back four of Yasmin, Lacra, Mendes, and Antonia Silva. In the pivot, it is Engeldal and Toletti. No Melanie Leopolds today, as you know, as we saw, she picked up what looked like a nasty injury against Arsenal. On the left-hand side, it looks to be Athenia. On the right-hand side, Naomi Feller. And then it's either I think we had two up front of Redondo and Muller, Moller. But I could see Moller will probably play slightly deeper, and Redondo will lead that line. As that natural striker, and Moller will kind of just sit in behind her and hopefully give Real Madrid some creative options, because that's going to be the key for them. Real Madrid have got to try and do something, but it's going to be a real tough ask. JK, welcome to the stream, says Torres is resting Brun, Caicedo, Olga. I like it. What's your opinion on that? I think it shows where Torres and Real Madrid, I think it shows where their priorities lie, and how realistic they're being. Because they look at it and go, they've always lost to Barcelona. They've never drawn, they've never lost. Realistically, they know that they're going to lose this game today. And yes, they might be able to win and then go 4 points off the title, and potentially they could, that would give them a better chance of winning the league. But if they're being realistic, they have a better chance. They're basically prioritising the Champions League, which makes complete sense for me. They're 2-0 up. They want their full strength 11 to go to Arsenal and hold on to that 2-0 lead, rather than risk players getting injured, risk your stronger players being tired in a game where you're probably going to lose anyway. So I completely understand it. As you say, the likes of Caicedo and Brun were absolutely brilliant against Arsenal on Tuesday. I understand completely why Torreal would rest them, give them a week's rest, save them up for the Arsenal game on Wednesday, and make sure you get through. Because there's more chance now that Real Madrid get to the last four of the Champions League than they do, win the Liga F or beat Barcelona. So I completely understand that decision from Torreal. It looks to be a weak side. Obviously, it could probably be detrimental, and they could lose this game pretty badly. But at the end of the day, in the long run, it's not going to affect their season too much. They're comfortably in second place now, so they haven't really got to worry about who's behind them. So makes complete sense. Prioritise that Champions League, get into that semi-final, rest up for this game. Respect the Lev. Welcome to the stream. Says if I were Alberto Torreal, I'd just play the B team and focus on the Champions League. Exactly that. Couldn't agree more. And that's exactly what he's done today. As JK said, no Bruna, Caicedo, Bruna, Olga, all benched. You players like Ava Navarro still aren't getting involved. It's saving players for next midweek. Makes complete sense. Go on to GP says, think Madrid will sit back today. Yeah, they'll try and hold on for as long as possible, absorb a load of pressure, and see how long they can last. Whether that works is going to be interesting to see, and that will be the big factor in this game as to what the scoreline is. If Barcelona, if they come out early, if they get a goal in the first 5-10 minutes, then that's Real Madrid game plan gone. But I think they'll sit very, very deep. They'll put 11 players behind the ball, try and absorb pressure. If they get an opportunity on the counter, they're going to try and take it. But Barcelona's rest defence is really strong, so to even counter against them is pretty difficult sometimes, especially when, yes, Barcelona, it's a shame to have Battier injured, but it does mean that you've got Torreon in there who is just slightly more reserved. Battier is obviously a very, very good defender, but I think it helps Barcelona just look a little bit more structurally defensive, which is they don't need to worry about because they've got an incredible attack. It doesn't matter how many numbers they bomb forwards. But yeah, I think that Real Madrid are going to play very, very deep. They're going to be packing that penalty area and trying to limit Barcelona to as little shots as possible. Lev says if they don't do that, Misa ships 4 goals and they lose. Yeah, good point. I think that if they try and go for the game, they will just get punished and they'll get torn apart. So far this season, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was it 5-0 in the league, 5-0 in the Super Cup, 3-1 in the Copa del Rey, and 5-0 again, I think. So all the scorelines have been massive. Real Madrid will want to keep it as low as possible. At the end of the day, they will view a 1-0 defeat, based on what we've already seen this season. A 1-0 defeat is not a bad result for Real Madrid. So, I mean, you as a footballer, you're never going to say, oh, I'll happily lose 1-0. But in the circumstances, a 1-0 defeat is much better and less demoralising than losing 5-0 to your rivals. Ishmael, welcome to the stream, says, who do you think is going to win? Obviously, we'll do score predictions closer to kickoff, but if I think I'd be an idiot to bet against Barcelona. Even a draw is something we've never seen before. So either Barcelona are going to win, as we expect, or Real Madrid are going to make history. So let's see what happens. Go on, 1GP says, and do you think Bonmati signs a new contract in the summer? I think so. I don't. It really depends where she wants to go, but Chelsea seem to be. If you're looking at the clubs that she's going to go to in Europe that are potentially not an upgrade on Barcelona, but are equal, if not slightly less. So we're looking at the clubs in England, we're looking at the clubs in America. I mean, America is a potential. The likes of Chelsea look to be really focused on Rodman and Sophia Wilson, so they don't seem to be too fussed about Bonmati right now. I think that Barcelona will hold on to her potentially. I don't think this summer will be the one where she moves. Ishmael confirmed she signed till 2028, but I think in terms of, I think going to 1GP is talking about like if she was to get a move, would she leave or not? I don't think she'll get a move this summer. I just don't see it happening unless Chelsea are gonna break the bank and sign loads of players. They seem to have their focuses elsewhere. Lyon haven't really been interested. And yeah, America could be on the cards, but again, I don't think Bonmati will want to move to the States just yet. JK says, do you think Irene should start on Wednesday? She turned 17 yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it was incredible to see. A great opportunity for her. She obviously got subbed on for Leopolds on Tuesday, and that was big for her. And to be fair, for a 16-year-old playing in a Champions League quarter-final, she looked so comfortable and so relaxed. It was incredible. So, a credit to her because she fitted right in. You'd have thought that she'd been playing for years. The way that she looked so comfortable and calm in possession, but as you say, I think that Wednesday is a good opportunity for her. I don't think she'll start. I think that Torreal he'll favour experience. They need to get the job done, but I think she will feature. I can definitely see her getting subbed on in the latter stages to bring on fresh legs, to bring on a bit of solidity, especially if Real Madrid are still holding on to a result there. So I do think she'll feature, but I don't think she will start. Ishmael says, thank you, man, for covering women's football. Very few people do. Keep it up. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who's tuning in for this. This is our first Liga F stream of the season, and it is just myself today. So thank you all for tuning in. Brilliant support and keeping me company for today. Obviously, we've also got a huge clash in the WSL as we get to watch Man City versus Chelsea for the third time in a row. So yeah, make sure to tune in for that later. But yeah, teams are now out here at the Louis Campeones Arena. Very, very big game. Barcelona also sporting shirts that say Forza Kiki, obviously Kika Nazareth, obviously confirmed out till the end of the season now, which is a real shame. A top player and a big miss as Barcelona get into the business end of the season. That's a big loss for them. They're going to rally without her. Obviously, they've still got a lot of top talents in those attacking areas, but a big miss for Barcelona. HB, welcome to the stream, says, I hope it's a close game for Madrid to tire. Or yeah, I hope Real Madrid do give it a good go. They've been torn apart by Barcelona this season. It'd be really nice to see them, at least keep it respectable, if not get a result. I mean, it would be an incredible, it would be historic. They've never done it before. But yeah, I hope they at least keep it competitive. And Sapphire answering GoNGP asking how much would Bonmati go. And Sapphire saying whether release clause is because Barca would never sell her. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see what the release clause is. But realistically, Ballon d'Or winner, one of the best players in the world, she would break the bank. She would be the world record transfer no matter what she went for. So, yeah, a lot of money is the biggest answer to that. JK says either Iruna starts or they have to play another winger because there are no midfielders left. Tele out, Leopold's out. Yeah, that is true. So maybe they would bring Iruna in if they want to play that 4-3-1-2 system again, then they might bring her in. But as you say, they could, like today, they've gone for a 4-2-3-1. They could play that on Wednesday if they wanted to. So there are options, but I get what you mean. If they do want to play that midfield three again, they'd have to bring in Iruna because everyone else is injured, which is a really horrible situation to be in if you are all your midfielders are out, especially with players with the quality of Teresa Abelera and Meneli Leopolds. But yeah, we are about to get underway here, so I'm going to give my prediction. If you are tuning in, make sure to get a scoreline prediction into the live chat and have your say in the poll. I am going to go for... Barcelona are going to win. Let's be serious. I think it'll be more respectable than we've seen this season. I'll go 3-0 to Barcelona. I think that Real Madrid will keep it tight first half and only concede one. That goal will come from Bonmati. And then in the second half, Barcelona will have a little bit more control. And I will say it'll be goals from Schertenleib and who's going to score the other one? Alexia Putellas. Why not? 3-0 Barcelona and another comfortable win. Ishmael saying that Madrid are light work. HB saying no, the rest of the players for us on Wednesday. They have HB. I hate to disappoint you, but they have rotated. They are focusing on that Champions League game on Wednesday. So Barcelona fans will be Arsenal fans will be very disappointed to see that. JK going 4-1 Barcelona. So yeah, everyone's on the same page. Barcelona are probably going to win this game pretty comfortably. It is up to Real Madrid to shock us, really, to pull off an upset. It will be Bonmati to get us underway. Can Real Madrid get themselves up for this game? Can they keep it competitive? They've been torn apart by Barcelona way too many times this season. Is today finally the time that they can get a result? Can they get their first ever point off Barcelona, or will Barcelona increase their gap to 10 points? We are underway. Big game. Barcelona, they understand that they know what the game plan is for Real Madrid. To sit deep, absorb pressure, and just try and hold on for as long as possible. Barcelona, it's up to them to find a way to break Real Madrid down and, well, end up scoring as many goals as possible. Rolfo down the left-hand side already. Fella does well to get back in. Ball will fall, though, to Schertenleib. Very tidy player. She was brilliant to watch in the Champions League. That's a good ball in, though. Looking for Graham Hansen, heads it across goal. But that is straight into the gloves of Misa Rodriguez. But yeah, really enjoyed watching Schertenleib come on against Wolfsburg. I thought she was absolutely brilliant. The goal she scored was absolute class. And she just looks to be a really, really tiny player. So dangerous. Just with the ball at her feet, the control and the dynamism is really, really strong. And I think definitely, I would say one for the future, but one for now as well. She's got the quality to play in these big games. And it shows. That's why she came on Wednesday. That's why that she's starting today. Because in these bigger matches, she is good enough. Real Madrid get themselves on the ball then. Lacroix across to Mendes. Mendes down the line to Antonia Silva. Looks to play Fella in behind. Is she in? Is she onside as well? She is. And Fella's in here for Real Madrid. Big chance for Madrid early doors. She looks to cut it across. It's a big tackle though from Paredes and out for a Real Madrid corner. You feel like Fella's got to do better with that one. I mean, she was... Yes, Ooh, it was a tight one. I thought she was offside. I think she was offside, and that's what Barcelona were caught out by. But Fella through on goal. You feel like she's just got to shoot. She has to do better. She tries to pass it across to Athenia, and a big tackle from the recovering Irene Paredes puts it out for a corner. But a fast start here from Real Madrid, looking to break the deadlock early to stun Barcelona. But a big tackle from Paredes. Missed opportunity for Real Madrid. They have won themselves a corner now, though. Ball is put in onto Catalina Cole. She does well to parry it. It is then Payot to clear it. Runs out for a throw. And Real Madrid will recycle the ball again. Yeah, the corner was an in-swinger. Put onto Catalina Cole. And she does well just to punch it away. Ishmael saying, I'll be coming in and out the stream because I'm watching Barcelona and you're streaming on the same phone. That's fair. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, make sure you keep coming back. Get those opinions in. I'm sure we'll see you when there's a few goals. Shot there from Real Madrid and a good save from Catalina Cole. Lovely long throw. Fell to Mola in the penalty area. Strikes it well, hard and low. Catalina Cole does well to get down to her left-hand side. Ball won back though by Real Madrid, but that is a free kick. But a really good start from Madrid. And you feel like the problem is, in these kind of games, they have to take opportunities early. They've won the ball back up the pitch again though. Mola has a go from Rage and that one's over the bar. But Real Madrid, first 3 minutes, have had 3 shots and they're putting Barcelona under all kinds of pressure. JK says, I think Real Madrid will score today because normally they are afraid of Barca. Today the result does not really matter, so their minds are more free. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's one of those where earlier in the season or in those cup games, it's what they don't want to lose. There's a lot on the line. You want to keep in the game and perhaps they do sit a bit deeper. But this is a free hit for Real Madrid. If they lose it, they're not going to win the league. But they're not. It doesn't look like they're going to win the league anyway. If they win, that's it's incredible. If they draw, that's also incredible. So yeah, I get what you mean. There's no pressure on Real Madrid today. Barcelona coming back at them though. Schertenleib plays it across to Rolfo, who's cut inside. Rolfo just allowed to drift inside, goes all the way across to Graham Hansen. Graham Hansen cuts inside, that's too easy, gets a shot away, and that's just past the post. And that looked destined to find the bottom corner. Really good stuff from Hansen cutting in on from that right-hand side. Too easy from Yasmin. Lets her cut in onto her right foot, looking for that bottom corner, and fires just wide. Both sides going close in the early stages then. Oh, I tell you what, that's grazed the post. That is a couple of inches from 1-0 Barcelona. Real Madrid goal kick then. Misa Rodriguez kicks it up. Fella gets there first. Knocks it down to Redondo. Redondo out wide to Athenia. Athenia looking to run at Marta. Plays it through the lines to Redondo. That's a good ball. Alba Redondo sends Paredes. What can she do with it now? Looks to pick up Muller in the middle. Does well to wrestle there. Was she brought down? Referee says no. Barcelona free kick. She took a while to make her mind up there, but wow. Very scruffy early doors from Barcelona defensively. Real Madrid are causing some issues. What a ball that is through from Athenia into Redondo, who sends Paredes. Looks to lay it into Moller, who's wrestling away with Leon. Does look to be a fat... I don't know. Yeah, I think she does just pull her to the ground there. Real Madrid felt it should have gone the other way and been a penalty. It's one of those, it was a 50-50. I think if that's in the middle of the pitch, that potentially goes the way of the attacker. HP says, how do you rate GK's top 5? That is an incredibly difficult question. I can't even decide between Hannah Hampton and Mary Earps for England, let alone name top 5 goalkeepers. I mean, obviously, you know, Catalina Cole's in there. That's obvious. I think that Earps is in there. I think that... Oh, hang on, that's a great ball from Hansen. Rolfo plays it across. Putea scuffs it. And that has gone well over the bar. And out for a 100 goal kick. See, Cole, I think Earps is in there. I think that Merla Frams is an incredible goalkeeper. She hasn't really played too much for Wolfsburg this season, though. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I've forgotten. It's really tough. I find that the difference in goalkeeper at a lot of the top clubs is very, very close. Endler, and you know, is obviously brilliant. Engeldahl, that's a poor touch. Falls to Rolfo. Shirton Live cutting inside. Cuts back onto her left. Goes out wide to Rolfo. Cuts it into the box. Hooked away by Mendes. And Rolfo will see that out for a throw. Sapphire says, being a Real Madrid left back is a nightmare of a job. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. You get to the ground and you're told, right, today you're marking Caroline Graham Hansen. I'd turn around and say goodbye and I'd go home again. Incredibly tough job. One hell of a player. And even, you know, against Arsenal, who's running that here? Oh, it's Beth Mead. Oh, you know, it's any of the Arsenal attack. Not a nice feeling to be a Real Madrid left back over the last 7-8 days. Probably why they've rotated them. Real Madrid winning the ball back once again. Engeldahl looks to play it into Redondo, but the ball will run out for a throw. Emily Moxan, welcome to the stream. Says I'd like to be so here for an upset, but I think it'll be Barcelona 4, Real Madrid 0. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that it would be brilliant to see Real Madrid get their first couple points against Barcelona in their history, but I just don't see it happening. Barcelona look to be too strong. And again, they're coming forwards here. That's a ball from Rolfo looking for Ava Poyot, but that will run through to Yasmin, who will clear her lines. Smart decision that. Didn't try to take on Graham Hansen in that situation. Just put her foot through it and got it out. Emily says, loving the La Liga F coverage. Thank you. We will. Yeah, we haven't really touched. We've watched we try and cover as many leagues as possible, but the problem is that the games are usually live on YouTube for the European leagues like the Frauen Bundesliga, the Liga F, the Primera League. So we haven't covered much of them, but when they aren't on YouTube and it is a good game, then we try and cover it. We've covered a couple Primera Liga games. This is our first Liga F game, so history on the channel. Graham Hansen gets past Yasmin again. Sends her one way, sends her the other. Shot from Bonmati. Big block away from Lacroix. Barcelona causing issues in those wide areas. Leon skips past Antonio Silva. Goes for goal herself, and that is just wide. And that would have been some goal from Mappy Leon if she'd managed to find the top corner on the volley. Bounced up nicely for her. Just putting it over the bar. Ryan Tune, welcome to the stream. With the classic high full start, ask how you doing today. I am doing alright. A brilliant day of football coming our way. El Clasico this morning, Manchester City versus Chelsea this afternoon. 2 big streams. Make sure to join us for both of them. Well, I say us. Join me for both of them. We're opening 10 minutes here. It's not... Barcelona have definitely looked dangerous, but Real Madrid have had a good few chances themselves. And I think they'll be pretty happy with the way they've started. They're taking the game to Barcelona and they've played well. But the problem is when you do play aggressively against Barcelona, they usually find a way to punish you. Alberto Toril, I think he'll be pleased with what he's seen so far, especially with the fact that he's rotated his 11. Not the full 11, but he's made a good few changes. Foot race between Lacroix and Payot. Lacroix gets there first. Looks to play it into the middle to Mola. Dispossessed though. Here's Bonmati. Putellas into Mappy Leon. Fires it into Bonmati, who manages to somehow find a pass to Putellas. Here is Leon. Out wide to Rolfo. Rolfo into Putellas. Lovely feet from the 2023 Ballon d'Or winner. Shirton Live looks to play a 1-2 with Putellas. Doesn't quite come off. The ball is now out wide to Rolfo. Rolfo back to Shirton Live. This is really good consistent pressure from Barcelona. Mappé Leon puts the ball into the box. Putellas flicks it to Rolfo. Rolfo goes back to the youngster Shirton Live. He puts a floating ball in. Headed away by Lacroix. Will fall to Graham Hansen. Up against Yasmin. Puts the ball across the box. Lacroix gets it away again. Out for a Barcelona throw. Real Madrid are doing so well. They're just defending their penalty area. They're allowing Barcelona to move the ball around in their own third. But as soon as they get into that 18-yard box, there's a white shirt there to clear the ball away. Throw knocked down to Hansen, who goes back to Mappy Leon. JK says, I think Real Madrid will be more attractive for other players if they win a point versus Barca or reach the semis. The name Real Madrid might not be enough. If they don't start winning, people lose interest. Yeah, I get what you mean. The further they go in competitions, the more competitive they look in the league. That is a more exciting prospect. Although here come Barcelona. Hansen looks to shoot. Goes back to Bonmati. Ball put in by Marta Torreon. Blocked though. And now Real Madrid look to come forwards. That ball is overhit though. And will run out of play. But yeah, on JK's point there, I agree. I think if Real Madrid prove that they are closer to Barcelona, if they get into the final 4 of the Champions League, that's really, really strong. And so yeah, I definitely think that there is an attraction there if they can go deeper in competitions for players to join the club. I mean, for example, one of the big 4 in the WSL this season won't get Champions League football. And if you're going, say if you're a Man City player, I'm not, hypothetically, because Man City sit 4th right now. If they, yes, the WSL is a lot bigger, but if they don't get into the Champions League and Real Madrid get to the semis, then suddenly you go, well, hang on a minute. I mean, obviously it's a different factor because Man City right now are also going through to the semi-finals. So, yeah, but that's one of those things. If your club aren't playing if you're a big club but they're not playing in Europe, do you favour Real Madrid because they've shown that they can potentially go deep in competitions? It really depends, I think, for Real Madrid how well they do on Wednesday. If they beat Arsenal and they go through to semi-finals, that's a huge result for them. They're doing well here though at keeping Barcelona out. We are 12 minutes through, and it has looked really solid so far from Real Madrid. And Engeldal is dancing forwards. Redondo brought down there by Marta Torrejon, and that will be a Real Madrid free kick. HB says, I don't watch their games because they aren't competitive, but the talent level in that Barca team is ridiculous. Yeah, it is incredible. And yeah, I think that, as you say, the majority of the games aren't competitive. I mean, they smashed Eibar 8-1, and obviously, if you're a fan of the club, that's brilliant. If, for example, if Chelsea were beating teams 8-1, I'd absolutely love it. But yeah, from a neutral point of view, you don't watch those games. But I do agree that in these games, if Real Madrid can keep it competitive, I think on the European stage it's really exciting because you're seeing an incredibly competitive team being tested, and it makes things interesting. And it's good to see. It's good to see when top teams are pushed to their limit, especially when we've seen Chelsea. Chelsea have played their best stuff sometimes this season when they're being pushed all the way by other top teams, by other big sides. But yeah, the talent and the quality in this Barcelona side is just ridiculously strong. To have a team that is so consistently world class across the board is absolutely incredible. Here is Bonmati. Goes across to Mape Leon. Leon out wide to Sherton Live. Sherton Live cutting in. Big tackle there from Antonia. Ball does find its way to Bonmati, though, who shuffles past Athenia. Caroline Graham Hansen cuts it to Sherton Live on the edge of the area, and what a save that is from Catalina Colt. From Misa Rodriguez, sorry. She's not shooting her own goalkeeper. That is a top quality save. It falls to Sherton Live on the edge of the area, who catches that nicely, whips it straight at the goalkeeper. And Misa Rodriguez tips it onto the crossbar. That is a superb save. Ewa Payor was celebrating because she thought it had gone in. What a stop that is to keep this game level. Barcelona corner. What a save. They're the kind of saves that keep your teams in games. They're the kind of saves that manage to get you results against big sides. Puteas corner. Puts the ball in. It's not a bad one. Falls to Leon. Flicks it on. Paredes flicks it around the corner. Was she clipped? She believes so and she stayed down. Referee says no. And they are going to stop the game to check on Irene Paredes. I tell you what, I think it's an interesting one. To me, it did look like she got clipped. Corner comes in. Header by Leon. Was she clipped by Antonia? I think it would have been soft. I don't think there's enough in that for a penalty. It doesn't affect her ability to play the ball for me. David Fraser under the screen said Real Madrid versus Arsenal second round will be a great match. Yeah, that second leg on Wednesday is going to be absolutely superb. Make sure to join us live for it again. That is going to be a cracking match. But yeah, Real Madrid put themselves in a really, really good position. Arsenal, though, with the quality to turn the game around, they were superb. Arsenal last night against Liverpool. But yeah, going to be a very, very good game. JK says Bonmati and Puteas are both from La Masia. That's now a big advantage of Barca that other teams don't have, at least not on that level. Yeah, the youth prospects that have come through have been superb, and we're seeing the same at other top sides. You think at Chelsea, at Arsenal, they've got some top young players who are coming through the ranks, and it's good to see. But yeah, Barcelona again, La Masia is in the men's and the women's game is just is incredible for talent, and Barcelona, because they were kind of like one of the first sides on the scene up there with Leon, the talent that they've got there is really strong. Ball staying in play. Barcelona knocking it around superbly. Gallardo looks to play through. Payor doesn't quite come off. Mendes goes back to her goalkeeper, and Misa Rodriguez will just put her foot through that and get that ball straight out of play. But we've played the first 15 minutes now, and Barcelona are the ones in possession. Real Madrid, they started really fast, had a couple of chances early doors, didn't really do much with them. But overall, Barcelona are in control. And if it wasn't from a brilliant save from Misa Rodriguez, this game would be 1-0 Barcelona. Sapphire says, I enjoy watching Liga F because the teams who aren't Barcelona are pretty competitive with each other, and the Barca games are fun to watch because how good they are on their style of play. Yeah, fair enough. I get that. Yeah, you have to say in other top leagues that the mid-table fight in like the bottom end fights in some of the top divisions are brilliant. In the UWCL, that mid-table battle is incredible between the 3 or 4 teams. As you say, in the Liga F, it is lower down. That it's quite competitive with each other. It's just at the sharp end, you have Barcelona who are like up here, and then you have Real Madrid who are here, and then you have all the other teams compared to them, and on the floor. Flag up there on Graham Hansen. Real Madrid with now a chance just to get themselves on the ball. Philly's welcome to the stream. Says morning all, morning Phil. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it is it's quite early in the morning for a football game to be played here in England. That is a good ball for Real Madrid, and Athenia will get onto the end of it up against Marta Torreon. Athenia does well to beat her, will get a shot away. It's deflected, and Sherton Live manages to flick it round the corner for a Real Madrid throw. Real Madrid on the counter today have looked pretty strong. Again, Marta doing well just to stick with her, but the block actually came from Paredes in there. Real Madrid throw on now. Antonia. Still waiting for an option. We'll look to find Fela. Headed away though by Gallardo and out for another throw. JK says every team can beat each other from 3rd to 16th. Barcelona are in the even ones. Yeah, does feel that way sometimes. Looks like those two go clear at the top, but the fight below it is pretty interesting. Athena looks to put the ball in, looking for Fela, but well claimed by Catalina Cole. But Real Madrid, when they have got on the ball today, when they have come forwards, they have looked pretty dangerous, and Barcelona have got to be aware of that. Is that if they don't take advantage of the pressure they're putting onto Real Madrid, if they don't make this, all their chance, well, they haven't really had any chances, but they've come it's more just having pressure. They can't break into that penalty area at the moment, and that's credit to Real Madrid because they're doing very, very well to pack that penalty area with bodies, and Barcelona just can't find a way through at the moment. We're only 20 minutes in. There's still a big 70 to play. Ball fed through, looking for Fridolina Rolfo. It will find Rolfo, who puts the ball across the box. Graham Hansen runs onto it, heads that well wide. You've expected a player of her quality to do better with that chance. Can't just scuffs the header. It was a lovely ball through from Gallardo into Rolfo, who may have been offside. Would have counted because no VAR in operation. Header wide though by Hansen. JK says, is Caicedo the biggest talent in world football, or who is your favourite? Oh, that's a really tough question. I think Caicedo's an incredible player, and as we mentioned on the stream on Tuesday, she will either grow with Real Madrid or she will leave. That's a good ball through to Payor, just runs on though, and Rodriguez will run on to claim it. But yeah, I think Caicedo's definitely up there as one of the best talents in the world right now. She's proven that on both the international and the club stage. Obviously, Sheraton Live is one that's coming through and looks incredible. I think there's a lot of players who have come through and shone. Dave Fraser, that Swiss 18-year-old Barca looks crazy. Yeah, phenomenal talent. Definitely one that is causing problems now, but in the future could be a world beater. That's the kind of potential that she possesses. Sapphire says Granada have had a great season under Arturo Ruiz, 2 points away from relegation last season, and now they're 6th. Wow, that's a really strong season. It's good to hear about stories like that, because I think that as someone who doesn't watch as much Liga F coverage as I probably should, you miss out on those storylines. The problem is it's not really well covered in England. I mean, this is the first game that has actually been broadcast on live TV in England. Obviously, some of the games have been on YouTube, but this is the first time broadcasters have actually picked up a Liga F game. Athena cuts it back to Moller. What a block that is from Mappy Leon. Puts it out for a corner. That is a huge interception because Real Madrid are still causing problems. Athena against Marta on that left-hand side is having an absolute field day. Cuts it back to Moller. And that is a huge block from Leon. And it's becoming one of those where Real Madrid will feel like they really should have taken advantage of these chances. And understandably, Go1GP getting frustrated with the way that Barcelona are playing. I understand. Barcelona, they're really struggling to find the breakthrough in attacking areas, and defensively, they're really vulnerable on that counter-attack at the moment. Real Madrid are causing quite a few issues. Real Madrid corner then. Ball put in by Yasmin. Is it bundled home? It's not dealt with. Catalina Cole, though, does manage to run through the number of bodies who had gathered at the front post and does get 2 hands on it. Right idea there from Real Madrid. Just put it onto the goalkeeper, put it on that near post area and try and just kind of bundle it home, if anything. JK says, Real Madrid playing well so far. Sure, they don't have the ball much, but they are attacking. Yeah, spot on. They've started well. They're doing really well. When they don't have the ball, they're sitting in and they're absorbing the pressure. And when they do get the ball, they're springing forward really quickly and putting a lot of pressure onto this Barcelona backline. Yes, it's infrequent, but it's still good enough. It's still pretty decent. Ball looking to be played through by Mape Leon, intercepted by Feller, but it is won back by Barcelona. Here is Alexia Putellas on the ball now. Barcelona have got to find a way to get past this Real Madrid back line. Because what's happening is Barcelona are having the ball, but then as soon as they drop deep, they can't get into that penalty area. Although here is Rolfo to Bonmati. Bonmati looks to go back to Rolfo, cut out again, falls to Gallardo, who will have a shot from range, but again, it's a pot shot and it's wide. Did take a nick though, and will be a Barcelona corner. Really good start by Real Madrid. Barcelona are still the side on top and enjoying a lot of the ball, but Madrid playing well. That did take a slight touch, which took that shot wide. If not, that could have been troubling Misa Rodriguez. Corner then for Barcelona. Aitana Bonmati is the one over it. 25 minutes played here in this El Clasico. Still 0-0. Bonmati, ball looking for Rolfo. Headed down, and Real Madrid will look to get away. Mape Leon will sweep up though. Huge tackle. Brilliant tackle that is from Toletti. And looks to set Feller in behind. In a footways with Rolfo. Doesn't quite win it. And Shirton Live comes round to cover. Bonmati plays it over the top to Shirton Live, who puts the ball across the box. The ball went in too early though. The players hadn't quite arrived in the penalty area. And it ran through to nobody. Graham Hansen sweeps up though at the back post. Plays a lovely little sequence with Bonmati. And it is now Aitana Bonmati, the one to pick the ball up. Goes back to Mape Leon. Out wide to Rolfo. Rolfo looking for Shirton Live. Intercepted by Mollet. And here comes Feller. Looks to play the ball through to Redondo. That was too ambitious. And runs through to Catalina Cole. Cole. Into Gallardo. There's nowhere to go. The problem is that you've got the situational back three of Barcelona. You've then got Gallardo, and then everyone else has just run up front. And Putellas here has had to drop in to come help out because there's no one coming in between the lines. Barcelona just got it's like a 3-1, and then just like 6 players just in a line. And the problem is there's no way of getting the ball to those players. Someone in that Barcelona team has got to drop in and be an option. They're playing way too high, and it's easy. It's easy for Real Madrid because there's what you have to do when a team's sitting a low block is you have to find a way to play through the lines, play in between the lines. But because no one's dropping in for Barcelona, they're not getting that ball up to their attacking players. Well, they're not doing it quick enough anyway. They've got to find someone's going to have to start drop in and start creating some chances here for Barcelona. Phil says this is preparation for defending a 2-0 lead versus Arsenal. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think that Real Madrid will play very, very similarly. They'll put 11 players behind the ball and they'll just try and hold on for 90 minutes. And as we've seen, Arsenal and low blocks don't really go hand in hand. When teams play a low block against Arsenal, they either manage to get a result or they hold on for quite a long time. And that's the thing. With a 2-0 advantage on aggregate, Real Madrid know that they can lose 1-0 against Arsenal and still win and still go through to the semi-finals. Here is Yasmin. Goes inside to Toletti. Ball out wide to Antonio Silva, who does well to run past Shirton Live. Was pulled back, but the advantage is played. Here is Feller up against Putellas. Real Madrid looking to find a way through Barcelona this time. Lovely ball into Feller looking for the space, but it will run out for a goal kick. Right idea, wrong execution. Sapphire says Feller and Athenia are really dangerous on the counter. They're so fast. Yeah, they've looked really dangerous. Especially, I think that because Rolfo is very, very... It's helped. Real Madrid are helped by the fact that on the right-hand side, well, at left-back, Rolfo is really attacking. So she's getting very, very high. And on the right-hand side, I think Marta Torreon is really struggling up against Athenia. Athenia's getting the better of her. That's better from Barcelona. They found a ball over the top of the midfield. And looking to run in was Payol. Big tackle, though, from Lacra. Payor gets back up to it and will beat her there. Here is Aya Payor, the number 17 on 17 goals in the league this season, looking to add to her tally. If she gets a hat-trick today, she'll put herself onto a huge 20. I mean, that would take some doing, but you never know. Gallardo goes out wide to Torreon. Looks to find Graham Hansen. Doesn't realise he's coming to her there. And Lacra can clear it. And it will fall to Redondo. Redondo tries to find Muller, but doesn't quite come off. And Barcelona will have the ball back. Here is Schertenleib across to Mappy Leon. Putellas back to her centre half. Schertenleib finding herself at left centre half at the moment. Really bizarre. Just dropped so deep and then she's ended up just finding herself and then Leon's pushed out wide to like fullback. Now she finds herself in a more known position. Gallardo out wide to Hansen. Gallardo, lovely switch of the play, looking for Rolfo, cut out though by Antonia Silva. Bella caught on the ball in her own third, and Bonmati has it now. Plays it to Putellas, dinks it across the box, looking for Graham Hansen. She will manage to recycle it. Graham Hansen puts it back across the box. Will fall to Putellas. Was that handball? Yes, it was. Real Madrid free kick. Wow. Barcelona they're almost toying with Real Madrid. They're just playing like these cute crosses across the 6-yard box, but no one's having a shot. They're trying to pass it into the net. Half an hour gone here. Still 0-0 in the El Clasico. Barcelona have not played very, very well today so far. They've been the better side, don't get me wrong, but this isn't the standard that we associate with this Barcelona side. Ball flicked on beautifully. Redondo will get there, but the flag is up. She was offside. Quite an obvious one. Sapphire says probably why Marta has been playing centre-back this season. She doesn't have the legs anymore. Yeah, that's a really good point. But with Battier out injured and who played right? Was it Fernandez who played right back against Wolfsburg? Being rotated, whoever it was being rotated. You have to bring someone in, but as you say, up against this Real Madrid front line, who pack a punch, it is quite tough. LeBeau Gang Space One of the stream says Real Madrid win. I'm going to buy a car. Wow, I mean, I that is a big prize for a football game. But saying that Barcelona have won every single meeting between these two clubs in history, a Real Madrid win probably should be marked by a historic event. So you do what you want. No one else has to buy a car. If you want to buy a car, buy a car. But I think it will take a lot. I don't think you'll be buying any cars today. I hate to disappoint. Foul there by Rolfo. JK says, no, it won't happen, but I think Guilia Gwyn will be the perfect fit for Real there. Their right side is a bit weak. Yeah, I think that the problem is at Bayern right now, Gwyn is winning titles but also doing well in Europe. So it would be a hard player to pull away. And a player at the top of her game right now. I think probably one of the best fullbacks in the world. To give her some credit, but yeah, that's the kind of statement that Real Madrid need to make, though. I understand where that thought process is coming from. Is that they do need to. They made some big additions in the summer. They need to do that again. Don't get rid of your whole squad again and completely revamp it. Just build on what you've got. Picking up the likes of Melanie Leopolds was a superb deal. Engeldahl in there as well. Here's Schertenleib. Putellas. Let's go back to Schertenleib, who was being pushed. Not enough in it for a penalty, though. And the ball run through to Misa Rodriguez. But yeah, they picked up some brilliant players in the summer. They've got to do exactly the same. Have a look around that bargain bin. Who's going for a free transfer? See what you can get. Again here, though, Putellas, it's just too cute. She's trying to play basically, she's on the edge of the area and she's trying to play a dink through ball to Schertenleib. That's not going to work because you're already in the penalty area. You can't be in the penalty area and play a through ball. That just doesn't work in football because the goalkeeper will pick it up. Barcelona have got to find something different in this game. Mappé Leon into Rolfo. Rolfo into Payor. Payor round the corner to Putellas. This is better. Starting to get Awa Payor into this game. Ball in from Putellas. Looking for Graham Hansen. Headed away by Lacroix. And that will run out for a Barcelona corner. Payor hasn't really got involved today. They need to get her on the ball more. But yeah, 77 votes in the poll and chat. Thank you everyone who's tuned in so far. 81% Barcelona. But saying that Barcelona have never dropped a point to Real Madrid. 14% think Real Madrid are going to win. 5% think they've gone for a draw. I think there's a lot of hopefuls in the chat, but still, fair enough. I respect the ambition and the belief that Real Madrid could get something from this game. And so far, they've played very, very well in the opening 35 minutes. Barcelona corner now, though. They've gone short. Here is Mape Leon out to Shirton Live, nearly dispossessed, but does so well to skip past 1, skip past 2, skip past 3, but the pass isn't good enough, and Moller pounces on it. She's brought down by Putellas, and I think the Barcelona skipper will see the first yellow card of the game. It was Moller breaking forwards for Real Madrid, and Alexia Putellas just brings her down as she's running away with it. Simple yellow card. First booking of this match. Where am I gone? Lebon Gang says Barcelona will get tired around and beat them later. Fair enough. I mean, I think that both sides have dealt well with the fatigue because they've both rotated pretty heavily from the week. You know, if we're looking out for slight kind of slight favours, then Real Madrid obviously played on Tuesday, Barcelona played on Wednesday. That's, you know, an extra day Real Madrid has. You know, that's an argument you can bring into it, definitely. But you could also argue that Real Madrid need to rest more because their Champions League tie is on Wednesday, whereas Barcelona don't play again until Thursday. So, you know, it's interesting. Here's Athenia. Looks to put the ball into the box, though. That's way too close to Cole, and she'll come out and pick that up. JK says it's crazy. Real Madrid have never won a point versus Barca. I remember 2 games that were at least close. 1-0 a pen in the 85th minute and 1 game in extra time. Fair enough. Yeah, it is incredible that you can play a side. You can play your rivals and the side who are you know, the second best side in your league 16 times and beat them all 16 times. It's just bizarre how that happens. One day, surely, Real Madrid have got to win a game. But here comes Rolfo, looking to dampen all of Real Madrid's hopes. Shirton Leib. Back to Fridolina Rolfo. Gallardo looks to put it into the box. Bonmati chests it down for Putellas. Back to Bonmati. Engeldahl gives it back to Bonmati accidentally, but that shot is tame. And Misa Rodriguez will claim it and sit on it. JK says, I mean, Levante beat Barca. They're ranked 14th or so. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not... That's why I think the result... If you joined us on... If whoever joined us on Wednesday would have heard us say that Wolfsburg would have been frustrated because Barcelona have been beatable this season. I know they've only lost 2 games, but for Barcelona, that's pretty big. You know, 1 to Man City, 1 to Levante. So I think for Wolfsburg to lose 4-1, they'd have been disappointed. But as you say, you know, Barcelona have looked beatable this season. Today, again, if Barcelona played like this against, you know, maybe a slight, you know, I don't want to say a better side because Real Madrid are a strong team. But if Barcelona played like this against some of the top sides in Europe, then they would probably lose this game. I mean, 9 shots to 4 is pretty competitive. Real Madrid have done very well to be in this game. They've limited Barcelona to few chances. And they've had some chances themselves. Sapphire says, I think the problem for Madrid is that... Oh, hang on, I'll read that in a minute because here comes Athenia. Cuts it back to Yasmin. That's not good enough, though. Leon hacks it clear. And the game will be stopped because there is somebody down injured. It is Awa Payor. No, it's not. Sorry. It is... No, is it? No, it's Caroline Graham Hansen. Sapphire says, I think the problem for Madrid is that Barca are always going to take a Clasico seriously, but a game against Levante, they might not. Yeah, I get what you mean. As their closest rival, out of all the games of the season, for Barcelona to, you know, play well in and to be strong, one of them is going to be their closest rivals in the league. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying there. Is that out of all the games that Barcelona are going to play well in, it's going to be against Real Madrid. Now, this is slightly worrying for Barcelona. So Graham Hansen here, it's a non-contact injury. She kicks the ball away and then she hobbles to the floor holding her ankle. And this will be a real concern. So she just passes the ball and just injures herself kicking the football. And this will be worrying for Barcelona. Hopefully she'll be all right. She is back to her feet now. She's not moving brilliantly and she doesn't look very comfortable, to be completely honest. And you think with a big end to the season coming up, with a Champions League tie on Thursday, do you risk her? You've already got Kika Nazareth out injured. Do you just bring her off and take it? You know, keep it. Play it safe is what I mean to say. But yeah, hopefully I think it's one of those where she should just be able to run it off. But yeah, she just kicked the football and seemed to hobble to the floor. Barcelona, though, from their own throw, have had a bit of a mess up here. It falls to Athena in the penalty area. Can't get a shot away. Engeldahl can. It's blocked. Will fall back, though, to the Argentine middle midfielder. Athena to Toletti. Toletti across to Mendes. Mendes knocks it out wide to Moller. Puts the ball in, looking for Redondo. Heads it on, and it's 1-0 Real Madrid. They played brilliantly in the first 40 minutes, and now Redondo fires Madrid in front. Barcelona have not really got going and Real Madrid have punished them. They've had chances themselves. It's a brilliant switch out wide by Mendes. A lovely ball into the box from Moller, who runs away from Paredes, flicks it over the head of Cole, and Real Madrid lead. Wow. 40 minutes. A superb 40 minutes from Real Madrid, and they get a goal that they deserve. They've been in this game. They've competed with Barcelona. And they find themselves a goal to the good. It's a really well taken header from Redondo. Back in the starting 11 today and back in the goals. And after 41 minutes here in the El Clasico, Real Madrid lead. And Barcelona have got to find a response. I think the home fans are pretty stunned. But a really competitive game, and that's the risk that you run when you're not playing at your best, when you are giving your opposition, like Real Madrid, a chance, they could take it. And that's exactly what Redondo's done there. Barcelona, though, looking to respond immediately. Sheraton live against Antonio Silva. Clean tackle, apparently. And Real Madrid have the ball back. Looks to send it up the line, though that's not good enough. And Maria, welcome to the stream, says, how is Real Madrid's rotated team doing better than the first team? That's a good point. This is not Real Madrid's strongest 11. Jay gets his goal, so his stream 30 seconds final, so don't miss one. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Tried to keep it. We tried to keep the stream as real time as possible. That's not a good pass, though. Or it's messy from Real Madrid at the back. They've just about got away with it, though. Someone's just got to put their foot through it, you feel. Toletti going around in circles, and finally the ball will just be fired up the pitch. But yeah, no problem there, JK. That's all right. Maria saying for the first time ever in an El Clasico, they've gone ahead. Is that serious? Is this the first time ever that Real Madrid have led the El Clasico? Wow. I feel like I'm a part of history now. It's incredible. Redondo looks to flick it around the corner. Will fall to Marta. Bonmati, though. Here's Putellas. Barcelona will want to respond as quickly as possible. Can they respond before half-time? That ball's cut out by Yasmin. Header won by Lacra. Falls to Caroline Graham Hansen. Here is Graham Hansen. Looks to find Gallardo. Cut out by Moller. Bonmati will intercept it, but goes out for a throw. Sapphire says, I think Madrid went ahead in 21-22 at the Camp Nou before losing 5-2. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm not a part of history then. Also, that must be, what a horrible feeling, actually. You go 1-0 up, you think, oh yeah, we're in this game, we're going to have a great time, and then you lose 5-2. What a seesaw of emotions that game must have been for both clubs. Real Madrid have got their tails up, and they're the ones bringing the ball forward again. Ball knocked out wide to Fella. Excuse me. Tries to play it down the line, cut out by Rolfo. Barcelona will settle on the ball. Gallardo into Payot. Payot's got options ahead of her. Bonmati looks to find Graham Hansen. Huge interception from Yasmin out for a Barcelona throw. JK says Real Madrid team beating Barcelona. That would be news. That would be news. That would be a huge shock. I think obviously it does have to be said that obviously Barcelona have rotated as well, so that does have to factor into it. But still, yeah, I get what you mean. But I think Bonmati ball in, Payot can't quite head it goalwards, falls to Rolfo. But yeah, I understand what you mean. That even Real Madrid's full strength 11, you'd expect to lose to a rotated Barcelona side. So yeah. LeBeau Gang says Real Madrid has good pace. Yeah, on that counter-attack, that looked really deadly. Athena and Feller have played very, very well today. Here's Schertenleib. Bonmati. Here is Graham Hansen. Back to Aitana Bonmati. Give her a little space here. Looks to dink it over the top to Graham Hansen. Yasmin does well. Handball though, and give it as a Real Madrid free kick. Graham Hansen's furious. Thinks it should have been a penalty, but it did look to be handball off her. Ryzen says if they get the win, they get to play on a decent pitch, so that's a win. Oh, in terms of if they show that they can compete? Oh yes, yes. Sorry, I remember. Was it you or someone else who was talking about this on Tuesday? Is that if they show they can compete or if they beat Barcelona, then they get to play on a better pitch, or they get to play at the bigger ground. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the rough gist of it. 2 minutes then of additional time in this match. Real Madrid will look to just see out their advantage in the remaining moments, although Barcelona are going to try and do everything that they can to stop that happening. Here is Mape Leon. Rolfo. Back to Leon. You think someone's just got to put it in the box. There's no movement from Barcelona. Here is Putellas. Bonmati. Back to Putellas. Better from Barcelona. Graham Hansen. How has she not scored? It's still a bundle. Misa Rodriguez got her hands on it. How has Graham Hansen not scored? It's an open goal. It's an open goal and she kicks it sideways. That is a glaring opportunity for Barcelona. It's a lovely 1-2 between Putellas and Bonmati. Putellas fires it across the penalty area. Open goal. And Graham Hansen kicks it sideways. Wow. Honestly, if she kicks that forwards, it's in the goal. Rodriguez misses it, and then it was an absolute bundle, but Rodriguez managed to get hands on it. Oh my days. How has Graham Hansen not scored? I am stunned. Bryson says they win a trophy, they can play at the men's pitch. Oh, okay. Sapphire, how did Graham miss that? I have no idea. I am stunned as to how she's missed that. It's one of those in football. Well, and obviously a lot of people will sometimes they joke that it's harder to miss than score. But that was a howler from Graham Hansen, and that is half time. And as it stands, we are on for an absolute shock hit in the Liga F. Real Madrid leading Barcelona by 1-0 at half time. A header from Redondo is the difference between the two sides. Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 1. It's important to note, in 16 meetings, Real Madrid have never scored a point against Barcelona. They are 45 minutes away from taking 3 points off their rivals and closing the gap at the top of the Liga after 4 points. But yes, make sure to tune in, make sure to stay and get your thoughts in the live chat as we discuss what we've watched in that first half. And kicking it off with a big statement. Go1GP says worst half of the season. I mean, it's got to be up there, hasn't it, for Barcelona? They've really not been good enough. Just Real Madrid have limited them to not having enough opportunities. But Barcelona are trying too much to pass it into the net. Someone has just got to shoot. And I'll have a look at match stats in a moment. But someone has got to start pulling the trigger for Barcelona. They're trying too often to pass it into the goal, practically, and it is just not working. Go1GP said, I mean, you said on Wednesday when I said Madrid would never beat us, you said you'll be there today to see that change, and you're nearly right. That is a good point. I mean, I'm 45 minutes away from witnessing history here in our first Liga F stream, and that would be incredible. But yeah, it's a brilliant half, and as you say, I think as much as you have to criticise Barcelona. I think there's a lot of praise that goes the way of Real Madrid because they've set up so well today. Anton says Barca won't lose this. I mean, if you're being realistically, Barcelona there's still 45 minutes to go. They're still a top side. A lot can change, but you never know. And Sapphire and Ishmael both referencing that miss at the very end of the half from Caroline Graham-Hansen. I don't know how she's missed it. I genuinely have no idea. I think what happened is she slid in for it too early. So she slid in too early, and the ball just kind of hit her on the side. I don't know. I have no idea how she's missed that. That is a golden opportunity. All she had to do was kick it forwards, and it would have gone in the goal. No goalkeeper. You're 3 yards out. Easy opportunity, and a player of her quality. And that's the thing. In the second half, she'll probably go score one from 25 yards. And curl it top corner, and it'll be like wow. But she can't score from 3 yards. Football sometimes is a strange sport. Anton says Madrid always get nervous in these situations. They will concede. Yeah, I mean the fact they've conceded 18 goals to Barcelona already this season would suggest that you are right. That Barcelona will definitely end up scoring in this game. So yeah, don't count out. I don't think anyone is counting Barcelona out just yet. But after that 45, you have to give Real Madrid praise. JK says Madrid still can bring Caicedo, Brune and Olga if they are still up 20 minutes before the end of the game. Well, that's a good point. But the thing is for me is that what makes this very, very different is that I think Real Madrid will be more reluctant to use their stronger players. With Barcelona, at the end of the day, they've rotated today, but if we're being honest, they are 4-1 up against Wolfsburg at home. So they're very unlikely to lose that game. So I do think that in the second half, we could potentially see some changes for Barcelona. So I think that Barcelona will be happier to use their stronger players. Whereas, as you say, if Real Madrid are winning, then they can bring on those better players. But I think they'll be more reluctant because not only do they travel to London on Tuesday, they've got to play Barcelona, they've got to play Arsenal on Wednesday. I think they'll be more reluctant. They'll want to try and rest those bigger players if they can. But I do agree. I think that at the end of the day, this is their best chance to beat Barcelona, to finally get a point off Barcelona. I think they've got to go for it. I think they've got to. They've got to rely on the bigger players. They've got to focus on this game now. Forget about Wednesday right now. You're 45 minutes away from getting your first ever positive result against Barcelona. I think you have to take it if you're Real Madrid. Focus on the next 45 minutes. Forget about Wednesday. You've just got to focus now on that second half. Ryzen saying, just realised that a win here isn't a trophy except in my head, but there should be a trophy for it. Yeah, Real Madrid should, first time beating Barcelona out after 17 tries. Maria says, Real Madrid rotated team really showing some class against a fully strong Barca, apart from the right back spot, which is usually Ona. Well, I think that the problem is, you could argue it is fully strong Barcelona, but I think that because they've got so many strong players, it's really hard to work out the strong 11. I don't think it's fully strong. You are lacking, there's no parallel. You could argue Paralluelo's part of that strongest 11. As you say, Ona Bassier is injured as well. Bruggs over Rolfo, who's in that 11 for you? But I agree. Overall, the way to look at it is a strong Barcelona side against a rotated Real Madrid side, and right now Real Madrid are the ones who are winning this game, and that is something I did not expect to say at half time. Ishmael, I couldn't agree more, says second half is going to be a cracker, watch out. Absolutely. Whatever happens now, it's going to be a brilliant second half, because either Real Madrid are going to hold on and pull off an incredible result, or Barcelona are going to show their class, they're going to pull this game back, and it's going to be a brilliant second half. Going on GP says, but we said that against Levante at home when we lost the season. We kept saying we will eventually score and win. It didn't happen. Yeah, fair enough. That's the thing. In football, sometimes it just isn't your day. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And yeah, I think you've got a good point there. It's easy to sit here and go, well, that's all right. We'll score eventually because we're Barcelona. There's a chance that Barcelona won't score today. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I think Real Madrid, if they remain defensively solid, it's going to be very, very difficult for Barcelona to get a goal. But We'll see what happens in the second half. I mean, what a first start to this day. We've had a brilliant first half there. We've still got the second half coming our way. And then in a couple of hours' time, we've got Man City versus Chelsea in the UWCL. And if you want to tune in for that, if you want to tune in for more content, then make sure to subscribe. We are now only a couple subscribers away. No, sorry, we have already hit it. 3,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for that. I have only just noticed, so apologies. But I'm going to mention it now while we've got this halftime break. Thank you all so much for 3K. We've hit it on this stream. That is exactly what we want to do today. So thank you all for tuning in. That's a big milestone for us, hitting that 3,000. We're going to keep pushing on. We've got so much to come this year. But yeah, so thank you all so much for that. That means a lot. And let's keep growing. If you are tuning in for the first time and you haven't subscribed yet, you can be 3001. You can be 3002. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, thank you all so much. Ryzen with the congrats. Thank you, Ryzen. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in today. We didn't know how today was going to go. It's our first ever Liga F stream, and it's going brilliantly. So really good to see you all tuning in. JK says, I think a win versus Barca would be bigger than beating Arsenal in the second leg, at least mentally. Oh, of course. You know, they've already beaten Arsenal, whereas they've never beaten Barcelona before. If they beat Barcelona for the first time, that would be such a confidence boost for Real Madrid. Maria says, sometimes players fighting for a starting spot are scarier than guaranteed starter. That is true, because I get what you mean about that mental side of the game. Like, if you don't get an opportunity often, then when you do get the chance, you try and prove that you deserve that opportunity. So yeah, I get what you mean. Those bench players can sometimes surprise you, because it's like they wait for their opportunity, and then they come off the bench and they want to prove themselves, and they go and have a really good performance. Going on, GP says, strange that we put Madrid to the sword away this season 4-0 and 5-0, but at home we struggled and won 3-1, losing here. We're better playing Madrid away. That's an interesting point, because you'd think that with the bigger crowds and all that Barcelona would be stronger at home, but yeah, the results away have been much better. Ishmael says his Barca team has a 96% win rate. We have been spoilt for years, regardless of what I say. Yeah, that's true. That's it. At the end of the day, if Barcelona lose today but they win every other game, then have lost 3 games all season. That's still incredible. That's still ridiculous. In the league, they'd only lost 2. Like that's an incredible record. So yeah, win or lose today, it's still it's still going to be an incredible season. It's still going to be a ridiculous amount of points and a ridiculous record. But that's the thing. I think today the result means more to Real Madrid, a lot more to Real Madrid than it does to Barcelona. And I think we saw that. Well, that was the difference for me in the first half. Real Madrid want it more. Real Madrid, for Barcelona, it's like, oh, we're Barcelona, we win every game. But for Real Madrid, they know how much it means for them. They know how important it would be today if they could beat Barcelona for the first time ever. Go on one GP asks, what more important, beating Barca here or the semi-final of the Champions League? That's an incredibly tough question. The thing is, it's one of those where the competition-wise, the Champions League semi-final means more, because at the end of the day, you don't get anything for finishing. They're going to finish second no matter what. Whereas the difference between a Champions League quarter-final and a Champions League semi-final is massive. Getting into the last 4 of the Champions League is an incredible achievement. So if they could do that, that would mean more. But when you haven't beaten, so if club objective-wise, and when you're looking at actual competitions and results, the Champions League means more. But I think if they were to beat Barcelona for the first time, that would be that's historic for Real Madrid. That would go down in history. This 11 right out there today in white shirts would go down as the first ever Real Madrid 11 to beat Barcelona, and that would be a huge moment for them. So I think it's a really hard one to prioritize. Sorry, where have I got to? So what will be? Yes, to us, I think that's a really difficult question to answer. I think the fact that they rotated today suggests that Real Madrid are focusing on the semi-final, but now I think they'll fancy themselves to go and get a result. Ryzen says Viv against Chelsea in the UWCL was a prime example of that. Prime example of players fighting for starting spots. Yeah, exactly. That is a player who has been, I think, to be fair, I think every game that Miedemar has started this season, she's done exactly that. She has proven that she should be starting. A rotated player, also not playing in a main position, has went into a Champions League quarter final and tore the best side in one of the best sides in Europe apart. And credit to her. And I'm intrigued to see how Man City versus Chelsea Chapter 3 goes this afternoon. Make sure to join me for that. I'll be live for that about an hour and a half after this game finishes. So again, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell on the stream. The stream page is already out, so if you want to go over there and put a notification on already, you can quickly go and do that and then come back to this stream. Go into 1GP says, and going to watch the game. We'll come back to prove all of you's wrong when it is 1-1. Fair enough. I still think Barcelona are probably going to win this, but you never know. If the second half is similar to the first half, then I could see Real Madrid holding on. But if we're being realistic, I think Barcelona will pull it back. I can't pronounce the name, but coming into the stream saying Hala Madrid. Fair enough, Real Madrid fan. We haven't seen many of them in the chat today, but I'm sure very, very happy. And I'm sure Madrid fans all over Spain, all over the world, are going absolutely mental right now because they are 45 minutes away from beating Barcelona. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Maria saying this win would probably mean more to Real Madrid owners. Yeah, that is true. I think that it would show a lot more of anything because I think that there would be belief that they will pull that they can. Sorry, I'm not trying. There will be belief that they can close that gap. There will be belief that they can compete, and I think that will prove a lot more to the owners. If you can show the owners that Real Madrid can beat Barcelona, then they're likely to get more money. They're likely to get better opportunities. So this would be a momentous win for Real Madrid, and I think it would. Potentially, it could be the start of what proves to be a really strong period for Real Madrid. They had a really strong transfer window last summer. They've had a really good campaign this season. They're 45 minutes away from beating Barcelona. They're 90 minutes away from getting to the Champions League semi-finals. So, they're two big games coming up that could completely dictate how much money they get, how much belief is put in them by the Real Madrid owners. Real bottled the Copa del Rey final in 2023. They were 2-0 in front up against Atleti in the 88th minute. I'm afraid of the Arsenal game of that. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's incredible. To be 2-0 up and to not win the game is very interesting. Changes, though, for Barcelona in this second half. So, we're seeing Schertenleib is coming off and Paraluelo is coming in. And Marta Torrejon is coming off. And Yana Fernandez is going in. So a double change then for Barcelona. And the two more rotation players have been taken out for the probably strongest first teamers. So Paraluelo is on. Yana Fernandez is on. And Schertenleib and Marta Torrejon have been replaced. 45 minutes then for Barcelona to turn this game around. 45 minutes for Real Madrid to take home a historic win. It will be Redondo to get us underway here into what is going to be a massive, massive second 45. We are underway. Let's see what's going to happen. It's been a really competitive, really exciting watch so far. Let's see if that continues. Real Madrid looking to start the first half, the second half fast, but Barca will win the ball back. Paredes just about hanging on to it. Paraluelo immediately involved in a challenge with Antonio Silva. And now down the line, Silva will go. Paraluelo does well to wrestle it off her and knock it back to Fridolina Rolfo, who will take the throw. Rolfo. Leon. Poor pass, cut out by Fella. Looks to cut it back to Mollet. Cut out. Engeldahl will pounce on the clearance though. Bonmati will then fire it up the pitch. Brought down by Lacroix and knocked back to the goalkeeper. Maria shows a bit of panic from Barca, which is unusual. Yeah, they feel like they need the big guns. They need the first team players to come in and win this game, which is, as you say, it's interesting. But expected. The first half wasn't good enough. They had to make changes. They had to adapt. And let's see if those changes are going to pay off. Here is Jana. Goes to Bonmati. Bonmati bursting through the lines. Looks to play it out wide to Hansen. Cut out by Yasmin. Here is Engeldal on the ball. Goes back to her goalkeeper, Rodriguez, who hooks it out of play. It's important that Real Madrid, I think they pick up where they left off. They were really defensively solid and they were causing problems for Barcelona on the break. They need to do a similar thing in this second half. Ball flicked towards Payot. Manages to get it around the corner to Paraluelo. Here is Putellas. Putellas looking for Rolfo. Antonia Silva will get there as she wins her team a throw. Really smart stuff from Madrid's right back. Doing very, very well, Real Madrid, so far. Now have a throw in their own corner. Antonia throws it up. Header won by Rolfo. Ball smashed forwards by Mendes. Ball looking to go through the lines, but that will run through to Rodriguez. Will she get there for Payot? Just about. Wow, that was a lot closer than I think Real Madrid realised. Really good stuff from Real's goalkeeper. Sharp off her line, that. Fella looks to flick it round the corner to Redondo. Engeldal back to Fella, looking for Redondo again. Paredes will sweep up and go back to her goalkeeper. Jack coming in and seconding my thanks for 3K. Yeah, thank you all for that. Let's keep pushing. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sapphire says, shirt and live taken off is harsh. Yeah, I don't think it's any, negative towards her performance. I think it's more that, they're struggling in a big game. You're going to bring on your bigger players, and Paraluelo is, you're not going to take off Ewa Payot, and you're not going to take off Graham Hansen. So it makes sense that, shirt and live was one to come off. Bonmati runs out of road, and that will be a Real Madrid goal kick. Real Madrid doing well so far just to limit Barcelona. But they've got to keep this up. JK says, Lacrage really underrated. She's a top-notch defender. I'd rate her higher than the Barca defenders. Well, I agree with the first part of that. I do think that she is a top defender. Hang on, because here comes Putellas. Looks to go to Paraluelo. Overhits it, though. I agree with the first bit. I think she's a top defender. I think, in big games this season, like today, like in the Arsenal game, she was absolutely superb. And I do agree. I think she's a very, very good defender. I don't think she's better than the Barca defenders. I think Leon and Paredes are two of the best centre halves in the world. But I get your point. She is a good defender, and definitely probably deserves a lot more plaudits than she does already. Payot out wide to Rolfo. Space for Rolfo to use here. Fella does well to get back in and win it back off her. Engeldal goes back to her winger, who comes back inside to Toletti. Poor touch. Luckily it falls, though, to a Real Madrid shirt. And Real Madrid look to break now. Toletti on the charge. Has options left and right. Goes to Athenia on the left-hand side. 4v4 for Real. Go into Molle. Puts it across the box by Paredes. Back to Molle. Toletti on the edge. Has room to shoot. Runs out of room and ends up playing a poor pass that is hooked away by Salma Paraluelo. Real Madrid back onto the ball then. Here is Lacra. Engeldal. Again, I think Philippa Engeldal was another really good signing from Real Madrid. And again, she's had a really good game to date. Ball down the left-hand side, looking for Yasmin. Really good defending, though, from Jana Fernandez. Does very, very well. Here is Paredes. With space to run into. No one really putting the pressure on. She will keep sauntering further up the pitch. Then she knocks it out wide to Fridolina Rolfo. Rolfo back to Mappy Leon. Ball into Paralluelo. Poor touch, though. And it will run through. And it will be Mendes to sweep up for Real Madrid. Don't know what she's doing, though. Messing around in her own corner. Trying to see the ball out. It's not going to go. Wins her team a free kick. Smart defending in the end. But, could have got very messy, that. And now Real Madrid throw right by their own corner flag. These situations are always very, very dangerous. You can always make a big mistake from this. So it's got to be a good throw. And it is a good throw, to be fair. Feller wins the first header. Second header is won by Toletti. Mole gets back in and wins it. Free kick, though, for a high foot. Which I think will be really, really frustrating for her, because I'm not really sure she did much wrong there. The foot didn't look... yeah, that's not a high foot at all. Barcelona free kick then. Graham Hansen and Leon over. Rodriguez organising our wall. Phil saying, very different job playing centre-back for Barca or Real. Barca centre-backs only have to defend in transition. Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, ball into the penalty area from Leon. That is overhit and runs out. But yeah, for Barcelona, you have to be good in transition. You have to be good with the ball as well. And you have to be, the pace is the main thing. For Real Madrid, then you're looking for a more physical centre half who's going to put in big challenges. You need someone that is good at clearing the ball rather than especially in games like this. You want someone who's better at clearing the ball rather than trying to play out. I mean, obviously they want to have someone who can use the ball at their feet, but ideally they're looking for those clearances. They're looking for those blocks. Ball looking for Paralluelo, hooked away by Toletti. And Real Madrid will look to spring on the counter once again. That is a brilliant ball. Will it get to Athena? Will she get there first? No. Paredes will win the foot race. Kathleen Cole, under pressure on her touch, takes another one. Athena was right there with her, but she manages to play past her. Ball to Yana. Back to Paredes. Back to her fullback, who's under pressure here, manages to shift it to Bonmati. Back to the centre halves. Here is Leon. Lovely ball over the top to Rolfo. Space on the left-hand side for Fridolina Rolfo to use. She will whip the ball in. It's not a bad one. Headed away by Lacroix. Athena looks to deal with it, but she is brought down by Fernandez. And that will be a rounded free kick. Really good stuff from Athena. She does so well just to stand up, let the player come into the back of her and win the free kick. Good decision and good, smart attacking play. Ball in from Rolfo. They did cause a few problems. That is a brilliant defensive header to prevent what could have been a certain goal with Ewa Payor lurking behind. Real Madrid, though, bit messy from their own free kick. Engeldahl will sweep up. Lacroix will smash it clear. And now Real will look to turn it from back to front. Athena again in a foot race, but Cole will be the one to win this one. And she will play it quickly to Paredes. Gets it caught in her foot a little bit there, but does well to keep the ball moving. Aitana Bonmati. Back with the Barca central midfielder. It's a bit bobbly. It's a bit of a bundle, but eventually finds Graham Hansen out on the right-hand side. Here is Bonmati. Has space on the edge. Drifts past one, drifts past two. Looks to roll it to Paralluelo. Doesn't come off. And now Real Madrid are going to try and come the other way. Fella wins a throw. That's really smart. Realises she's not going to beat Leon, so just smashes it into her and wins a throw. Real Madrid game management has been superb in this second half so far. "55 minutes played. Barcelona still trailing Real Madrid by a goal to nil. Long way to go, but really positive for the away side. Throw down the line. Doesn't really find anyone, and Barcelona will get themselves back in possession. Bonmati with a beautiful switch, looking to find Graham Hansen, who does really well to beat two. Payor back to Graham Hansen. Huge chance. Great save by Misa Rodriguez to deny Hansen from point-blank range. Paralluelo Forced to go backwards. Really good recovery from Real Madrid, but what a save from their goalkeeper. Another top draw stop to keep them in the game. Barcelona probing once again, cut out by Redondo. Bit messy. They've got to find a way to deal with it, and they don't. Can't clear the ball. Ball is back with Gallardo. Looks to fire it into Puyol. Cut out, though, by Toletti in the midfield. Yasmin. Athena. Plays a beautiful 1-2 with Toletti. Toletti into Moller. Out wide to Athena. Really good football from Real Madrid when they do get themselves on the ball. Could have sent Engeldahl on the line. Chose not to. Here is Mendes. Inside to Engeldahl. Dispossessed, and now Puyol's in. Huge chance for Barcelona. It's a 2-on-1. Lacroix gets a touch. Is it enough? Yes, it's enough. Knocks it back to her own goalkeeper. Huge interception again from Lacroix. Puyol's got to do better with that. JK says, even if Real will not win or even lose by 1 goal, this is what we want. An even game and not finals. Yeah, superb. Yeah, that's a really good point. This has been so much better than watching Barcelona score 5 goals and take the mick. It's been really competitive. It's been a high quality affair. Watching back this stop from Misa Rodriguez does so well to deny Graham Hansen. Here's Paraluelo. Bonmati. Graham Hansen. Back to Aitana Bonmati, who will swing the ball in, but that is too close to Rodriguez, and the keeper will claim it, and she will fall on it. Real Madrid are going to run this clock down as much as possible. Approaching the hour mark, and yes, Barcelona are starting to probe, starting to force some action from Rodriguez. It's still not, what I'd say, I wouldn't say it's incredibly clear cut just yet. They're not piling on pressure. They're not having chance after chance after chance. Real Madrid are still putting up a decent fight. As you'd expect, this is the best position they've been in against any Barcelona side in a very, very long time. Here is Alexia Putellas. Looks to switch the play to Graham Hansen, but again it will run through to Misa Rodriguez, and she will pick that up. Again, taking her time to release the ball. And Barcelona will turn to their bench shortly. That is Esme Brugts warming up, getting ready to come on. Long ball again by Real. Doesn't quite come off, but Paraluelo again with it's the second or third time she's tried to bring the ball down, and it just ran through her legs. Poor pass from Mendes out for a Barcelona throw on. Savai says, I think Peanut says in an interview they were really annoyed to have conceded a goal in the last game. Imagine how mad they'll be if they lose. Oh yeah, they'll be furious. But that's what makes top sides so good. Is that when they lose one game, they they usually bounce back in style. And if Barca do lose today, I'd be very worried for Wolfsburg on Thursday, because they could be the victims of Barcelona's anger. Athena, brilliant drive to just hold on to the ball and just bring her team up the pitch. Back to Antonia Silva, into Engeldahl. Plays it to Athena, who puts it across the box. How has Redondo not got anything on it? She looked to flick it goalwards and ended up ducking under the ball. Kept on by Yasmin. Wins round to the throat. What a chance for Real Madrid. Athena just flicks the ball across the penalty area and no one gets a touch. Well, changes then coming for both sides. For Real Madrid, it is a double change. And someone mentioned this at half-time. They are going to go for this game now. They realise they've got an opportunity. And it is going to be a double change. We are going to see Redondo and Moller are going to be taken off. And they are going to be replaced by Caroline Weir and Linda Caicedo. Double change in the front line then for Real Madrid. Because I think the reason they've made that decision is because they know that if they keep their attacking players fresh, they keep that pressure on, but they also they're still dangerous in transition. Two key changes then, Caicedo and Weir for Real Madrid. And as Anton points out, it's not just losing any old game. Losing to Real Madrid would be very frustrating for Barcelona. Because there's risky changes. They are risky, but I think that Real Madrid today have view it as that it's that, saying that attack is the best line of defense, and I think that rings true for Real Madrid today. Their front line has really helped them massively because they've held onto the ball, and in transition they've looked really dangerous. And I think they view it as if they can look dangerous coming forwards, if they can get a second goal, then that could be absolutely crucial. Half an hour to play between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and at the moment this El Clasico is going the way of Madrid. JK says, like changes go for the win. Yeah, it is very risky to do that in your position, in Torreal's position, but clearly that's the way he wants to play. Barcelona moving the ball well. Here is Leon. Out wide to Hansen. Has Jana Fernandez for company. Bonmati. Here is Graham Hansen. Fernandez back to Bonmati. Good close quarters football from Barcelona. Bonmati looking to break into the penalty area, not allowed to. Hansen will put it in, away by Lacra, headed away further by Yasmin. Leon will keep it alive. Yasmin looks to clear it. Blocked by Leon, but will run through to Misa Rodriguez. And Real Madrid will survive once again. It feels like they're just like surviving these waves of pressure. Some are stronger than others. And I mean, 67 to 33% of the ball. Real Madrid have not been completely out of it with the possession. They're playing some really good stuff, playing through the lines. That ball through to Caicedo, she is miles offside, and that flag goes straight up. Barcelona, they will continue playing because the ball had only ran through to Catalina Colt. Here is Graham Hansen. Ball across to Athena. JK says no sound on your stream, is it just me? Looks to be okay. Looks to be okay from my end. And Stefan says that's you. Well, that's I hope you sort the sound problems out, JK, but that's also positive news in my ears. Change coming then for Barcelona. This is good to see. Fridolina Rolfo replaced by Esme Brugts. Brugts obviously starting the Wolfsburg game. It does seem to be that Esme Brugts is that favoured fullback now as that starting player. Rolfo brought in today as a rotation, but she is replaced. Barcelona need a goal at the very, very least. Caicedo is being handled there by Paredes, and the referee is happy to let that happen. Gallardo on a drive now. Ball is won back by Real Madrid. Will only fall to as far as Bonmati. Ball tried to fire it through the line from Putellas, but really good footwork from Weir. Engeldahl, superb. Tries to find Feller though. Overplays it a little bit. Mendes though will just hook it clear. Real Madrid. And suddenly another with a couple substitutions and a bit of game management. That's another 5 minutes taken out of the equation. Ball in from Paralahuelo, looking for Payor. She makes contact with it, but it is wide and out for a goal kick. And another, just doesn't connect with it very well. Payor out for a goal kick. Payor really has not got involved today. JK says restart browser fix my issue. That is perfect. All good again. Caicedo manages to find Lacra. Lacra looking for Athena, and it's been cleared, and now Real Madrid have been caught out where they put bodies forward. Shot from Bonmati, and that is just wide. Went for goal from a very tight angle. She scored from there. It would have been something special. Just wide of the mark. Misa Rodriguez saw it all the way. Wide by Bonmati. Another chance for Barcelona, but again, it's not on target. They've not done enough to challenge Misa Rodriguez. She's pulled off 2 brilliant saves, but that's only, for a Barcelona point of view, they should be peppering shots at her. Paralahuelo is caught in possession. We're driving forwards, but a good tackle though from Gallardo to win it back. Fernandez does really well to skip away from Athenia. Here is Hansen. Looks to swing the ball in, looking for Payor. Goes past her, but falls to Bruggs on the left-hand side of the pitch. She'll put the ball in, blocked by Antonia. Back with Bruggs. Goes to Paranuelo. Paranuelo swings the ball in, looking for Hansen, and that's 1-1. A brilliant ball in from Leon. Hansen heads home, and Barcelona are level. An important goal. And for Real Madrid, who are just hanging in there, have finally succumbed to all the pressure. Ball's out to Leon. No one gets near her. It's a brilliant ball into the penalty area. Hansen walks into the far post unmarked. Heads past Misa Rodriguez. And Barcelona are level. And Real Madrid now will be flirting with danger. Because now Barcelona have got one back. They will fancy themselves to turn this game around. 23 minutes to play. Barcelona 1. Real Madrid 1. Graham Hansen with the goal. And now you feel, with such a lot of time left, that Barcelona will punish. Bruggs puts the ball in. Misa Rodriguez claims. Phil says, why do teams leave mapping space out there? She's better than most wingers at those crosses. Yeah, I know. It's hard to deal with because it's such a problem. Because it's weird to find a centre-half out there. Well, hang on, because here come Real Madrid. Caroline Weir. Surely she's got to shoot. She cuts back in. She's got to lay it off now. What's she going to do with it? Lays it to Engeldahl. What a save from Cole. Real Madrid are not done in this game. Brilliant counter-attack. Weir, for me, had to pull the trigger sooner. Lays it to Philippa Engeldahl, who hit it well. And a really good save from Cole to parry it over. Real Madrid are not done in this match. They are not going down without a fight. And now they have a corner. Weir, for me, had to shoot earlier there. All came from Caicedo on the break. Changed for Real Madrid. Fella is replaced by Olga Carmona. Ball in from the corner. It's not a bad one. Flicked on by Putellas at the front post. Carmona tries to see it out. Paranuelo flicks it out for a throw. Yasmin on the left-hand side for Barcelona. JK says, now we have a game. Couldn't agree more. Barcelona right in it. Sapphire, though, pointing out that even if Real Madrid draw, it would still be the first point that they've ever got against Barcelona. So they've got to keep fighting because it still could be a historic result. Insane. 20 minutes away, though. Long time. And who knows, could they nick another goal on the break? Carmona. Yasmin. Back to Olga Carmona. Looks to find Weir. Was she fouled? No, she was offside. Barcelona free kick. But yes, Olga Carmona has come on to this left-hand side as more of a defence, as a winger, but just as more of a defensive option, you feel. But Barcelona will believe now they can get something from this game. Although Carmona wins it back, but cleared by Gallardo. Putellas as well, we're back to goal. Paredes finds, looking for the switch to Paranuelo. Really good head up from Antonia. Athenia now out on the right-hand side. Does really well to skip past Bruggs. Puts the ball in, looking for Caroline Weir. Big block. Falls to Caicedo. Can she pull the trigger? Blocked again by Jana Fernandez. Two huge blocks from Barcelona's number 5. First to deny Weir, second to deny Caicedo. This game has sprung into life. Real Madrid really believe that they can get something from this. 15 shots to 7 in Barcelona's favour. 15 shots is still quite a lot. But for Real Madrid to have 7 is absolutely incredible. Here is Aitana Bonmati. Out wide to Hansen. Back to Bonmati. At Sham, welcome to the stream, says where to watch. If you are in England, if you're in the UK, it is on TNT Sports 1. If you are outside the UK, then I apologise, I'm not quite sure. Here is Paranuelo on the left-hand side. Cutting inside, looks to find Payor, doesn't make enough contact with it. Goes straight through to the goal scorer, Graham Hansen. Goes inside to Bonmati. Bonmati to Fernandez. Puts the ball in. It's another good cross. Headed away by the recovering Lacra. Leon, this game is balanced. Here is Bonmati. Graham Hansen looks to cut inside. Big tackle from Olga Carmona. And Linda Caicedo looks to come the other way. Having her shirt pulled. Having her shirt pulled again by Yana Fernandez. And that is going to be a simple free kick and an easy yellow card for the Barcelona fullback. Philly says on the zone app. Phil says, I'm claiming Olga to win it with a late goal. That would be something. And as the rain starts to fall here in Barcelona, it's absolutely jacking it down. Random, and people have got the umbrellas out and the coats are being thrown on in the stands. It has just gone from lovely, beautiful, sunny weather to absolutely throwing it down. Luckily, we're not on that Real Madrid pitch from Tuesday night. Payol wrestling with Lacra, holds onto the ball. Manages to skip past Yasmin. What a tackle from Lacra, though. And Real Madrid are going to come the other way. Olga Carmona. The switch is on to Athena if they can find it. Instead, going to go down the left-hand side. Yasmin tries to run it out herself. Why has she tried to do that? What a bizarre decision. Oh, brilliant from Toletti to jump in and win the ball back and then win herself a throw. Really good stuff from Real Madrid. Game management has been absolutely perfect. 18 minutes to play. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 1. Yasmin throws it to Carmona, who looks to turn. Does really well to hold on to it. Yasmin tries to find Caicedo over the top. Cut out. Here is Leon. Real Madrid doing very, very well, but Barcelona, you feel, are will start to really crank up the pressure. 1-2 between Paraluelo and Bonmati. Here is Paraluelo. Her progression is halted. She's forced to go back to Esme Bruggs. Here is Patri Gallardo. Gallardo to Leon. Leon to Angeldal. Lovely little flick. And now Real Madrid are going to come at Barcelona. Athena into Linda Caicedo. She caused problems for Arsenal on Tuesday night. Now running at Paredes. Linda Caicedo does really well. Gets the shot away. Blocked by Paredes. She still has the ball though. Dancing one way, dancing the other. Cuts it across. Big interception by Leon. Cleared though. Only as far as Carmona. What can she do it? Shot blocked again. Barcelona are on the ropes when Real Madrid come forward on that counter-attack. Just got to be more decisive with it. Clearance isn't good enough again. Athena up against Bruggs. Athena cuts in and shoots. Blocked again. Barcelona throwing bodies in front of these efforts. Wow. This is tight. This is not over. I thought when Barcelona scored that they might just turn this around. But Real Madrid are not going down. They have still got something to say in this football match. But you feel that they keep breaking away and they're not taking advantage of it. Will they run out of chances? And will Barcelona punish them is the bigger question. Barcelona just slowing it down now. They still have plenty of time to find that goal. Here is Caroline Graham Hansen. Fernandez. Paredes. Can Barcelona find a way through, unlock this rounded defence and turn this game around? Bonmati back to Graham Hansen on the right-hand side. Here is Bonmati, goes back to Gallardo, who swings the ball in, headed away by Lacra. Toletti leaves it, but that was the wrong decision. Luckily, Yasmin manages to deny Graham Hansen from carrying that ball any further. Ball is cleared by Misa Rodriguez. Olga Carmona fails to bring it down, and Fernandez will knock it back to her goalkeeper. Barcelona just building that pressure. Real Madrid have dropped into more of a 5-3-2 just to deal with Barcelona, who are pushing numbers forward, which is obviously a big risk in itself. Fernandez plays the ball over the top. Rodriguez comes for it. Very brave goalkeeping. Could have got that horribly wrong, but manages to beat Hansen to it. Now Carmona sends Caicedo down the line. Linda Caicedo running at Paredes once again. Caicedo, brilliant, goes one way, goes the other. Paredes is on the floor. Leon now takes over. Toletti has to lay it off. Plays it through to Weir, who would have been offside. That ball had to go to Angledahl. Toletti just didn't look up. And again, on the break, Real Madrid causing problems. But making the wrong decision. Angledahl is stood alone on the edge of the area. And she was screaming for it. And well, the rain has turned absolutely horrid for the fans in the stand. But we carry on the pitch. Rain can sometimes cause a lot of issues for football teams. JK says Barca will win through a penalty. Sapphire says why Real Madrid actually look a better team. They've played so well today. They have taken this game to Barcelona. Here is Paralluelo down the left-hand side. Up against Antonia Silva. A little bit messy, but she just about wins the ball. And she is now down injured. Real Madrid will have a throw. But Antonia Silva may have injured herself in that tackle. Oh, and it's hailing. It's now hailing down. And this is not very good for the conditions of a football match. It is now hailing. And well, the referee's happy to get on with it. But I mean, we're at this rate, if it continues to hail, we're at a little bit of risk here of not finishing this football match. Well, Antonia is receiving treatment. I mean, yeah, the hail is bouncing off the turf. I mean, if it continues on like this, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna end very well. Respect the Lev says Linda should have finished it. I swear, Real Madrid have had so many chances to kill this, to get back ahead. They just haven't made the right decisions. Anton's crazy weather in Spain this week. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen too much of what it's been like for the rest of the week, but definitely it's taken a turn in this game. It's gone from bone dry to absolutely, it's hailing. Still 1-1 then in the El Clasico. 12 minutes to play. Antonia Silva will hobble off. The hail is still, it's still there. The referee is happy to play through it. They're at least going to try. Throw in for Real Madrid, who are momentarily down to 10 because they haven't made a change, to bring off Antonia Silva. Here is Graham Hansen. Bonmati. Fernandez puts the ball in, headed away by Mendes. Athena up against Paralluelo, who's currently snotting in at right back due to the absent Antonia Silva. Now the change will come for Real Madrid, and they'll be back up to their full complement of players. Antonia Silva being replaced by Shea. Really good game though from Antonia. She played very, very well. Did really up against obviously up against Sheraton Live in the first half, and Paralluelo in the second half has done a really, really good job. And we are approaching the final 10 minutes. Can Barcelona find a breakthrough? Ball down the left-hand side will run out of play for a Real Madrid throw. Well, the rain isn't letting up, but it looks like the hail has stopped at least. So that is something. Quick throw from Barcelona. Paredes to Yana. Into Bonmati. Hansen looks to go back to Bonmati. Yasmin does well, but does accidentally share inside. Here is Putellas. Looks to go back to Hansen. It's a mess. It's Bonmati and it's 2-1. And Barcelona do complete the turnaround. It was Yana Fernandez running in. All but it's been ruled off. And Barcelona are furious. It will not count. I'm not sure why, but it will not count. I'd love to see a replay. Yana Fernandez had the ball in the back of the net for Barcelona, but it will not stand. And I'm very confused as to why. Graham Hansen cuts inside. Plays it to Putellas, who dinks it. I have no I'm really confused as to why that's been ruled off. The ball's dinked through. Yasmin for Real Madrid flicks it on to Yana Fernandez, who then finishes. I'm not really sure why that's been ruled off. Wow. Anyway, Barcelona thought they'd found the winner. Not yet, though. Here is Gallardo into Bonmati. Still probing a Barcelona. Paralluelo swings it into the penalty area. Toletti hooks it clear. Oh, poor touch, though, from Angeldam. She's conceded an unnecessary corner. Phil says, wild decision. Respect the says, vamos, Madrid, vamos. I mean, I'd love... hopefully there'll be an explanation of some sort, because I don't understand what's this been ruled out for. There's not an offside. Is it Graham Hansen stopping... Is it Graham Hansen stopping Yasmin from getting there? I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of. Corner nearly cut out by Linda Caicedo as they tried to play it. Ball will be recycled. Leon with another deep cross. Looking for that back post. Flicked on by Barcelona. Headed over by Aitana Bonmati. Or was it? No, sorry. Bonmati flicks it on. And then, yes, Payol with the last touch. Heads over. Double change coming for Barcelona. They are now throwing everything they've got at it. Philly says maybe obstruction just before the finish. That's what I thought. Graham Hansen was stopping. It looked to be stopping Yasmin from getting there. Double change for Barcelona then. Paredes and Putellas are coming off. Paredes to be replaced by Engen. And Putellas to be replaced by... Just trying to work out who's come on for her. Can't see. For... It will be number 9, Pina. Has come on. Back from a recent spell on the sidelines. Maria says the flag went up, so it was a free kick. Yeah, it weren't. I don't think there was no offside in there. I think it was for the foul, for an obstruction, which is soft. I can understand why it's been given. Graham Hansen was blocking Yasmin from getting to the ball, so I understand it, but it was a bit of a harsh one. Caicedo looks to hold the ball up, fails to do so. Here is Peanut. 7 minutes to play here. Barcelona are pushing for the winner. Esme Bruggs. Barcelona will use the advantage if she's brought down, but the ball will fall to Leon. Leon finds Gallardo. Paralluelo looks to come inside. Hooked away by Mendes. Only as far as Leon. Here is Yana Fernandez. To Leon again. Gallardo looks to find Payol, but that will run through to Misa Rodriguez, and she will lay on that ball for as long as she possibly can. And Real Madrid are going to run this clock down. 254 votes in the polling chat, by the way. 77 people still think Barcelona will win this game. 19% went for Real Madrid, and I can't do maths. 5% went for a draw. Currently, that 5% will be correct, but there is still time for this game to change. Engen wins the header, finds Gallardo. Leon back to her goalkeeper. Sapphire says, imagine Madrid scores now after that decision. I mean, it would be somewhat controversial if they won their first El Clasico with a little bit of controversy. Hansen could have gone down the line to Bonmati, decided not to, ends up getting dispossessed. Here is Olga Carmona, fires it down the line, and out of play. That was closer to Toril than it was to any of her players on the pitch. Quick throw from Barcelona. They do not want to waste any seconds whatsoever. Fernandez back to Bonmati. Gallardo across to Leon. Entering the closing stages of this El Clasico. Leon to Paralluelo. Bruggs. Bruggs will swing it into the penalty area. Header is won by Graham Hansen. Misa will hold on to it. And again, we'll run the clock down. JK says, every time Madrid gets a result in their favour, it's controversial, even if it wasn't. Yeah, it's I think it's a tag that does follow Real Madrid. I think everyone gets a decision go their way at some point in the season. Closing stages of this match then. 4 minutes to play. Long ball from Rodriguez. Caicedo loses out to Engen. Yasmin will send into Caicedo down the left-hand side. Caicedo versus Engen, having her shirt pulled, cuts back. Weir will have a go, it's in! Real Madrid have won! Or we're leading! Caroline Weir with 4 minutes to go. A brilliant breakaway from Real Madrid. Linda Caicedo down the left-hand side. Cuts it back superbly. And Caroline Weir is on the money to fire past Catalina Cole. Really poor from Engen. She's just come on for Paredes and gets beaten too easily by Caicedo, who cuts it back to an on-rushing Weir, who fires past Catalina Cole. And with 3 minutes to play in the El Clasico, it is Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 2. Could it be? Could it be their first ever win against Barcelona? Huge celebrations on the sideline. The job isn't done yet. But with 3 minutes to go, have we just seen the winner? Wow. 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 3 minutes to play. Can Real Madrid hold on? Barcelona will want to find at least a goal. And there's still plenty of time to do so. We don't know how long's going to be added on. As it stands, they will take their first ever win, their first ever point off Barcelona. They will close the gap at the top of the Liga F to 4 points. Or can Barcelona do something about it? Bonmati, intercepted by Yasmin, just smashes it at Pina and wins a throw. 16 shots to 13. Real Madrid have turned up, they have competed, and they have taken the game to Barcelona. This has been one of those 5 shots on target to 4. These two sides have been nip and tuck all game, and Real Madrid on the counter. And as the rain thrashes down at the Luis Campos Arena, Real Madrid could find themselves on the end of a very special result. Caroline Weir may have just scored a pivotal goal for Real Madrid. Barcelona, though, have still got life left in them. Graham Hansen up against Yasmin. Puts the ball into the box. It's a good one. Paralluelo wins the header straight into the gloves of Misa Rodriguez. And she will lie onto that football for as long as she possibly can. Wow. And brilliant reaction in chat from everyone who's tuning in right now. And as Maria points out, if Real Madrid hold on here, the gap at the top of the table will close to 4. Phil says, might be time for Real to turn the sprinkles on for games they love the rain. Yeah, if they had 2 brilliant results in the rain, but Barcelona are still Barcelona, and rain or shine, they will cause issues. Here is Paralluelo down the left-hand side. Pina, intercepted by Weir. Weir wins it again off Bruggs. Bounces clear for Gallardo to take effort. Blocked by Bonmati. Defended well. Smashed clear by Mendes. Kept alive by Barcelona. We are entering additional time. I still think we're going to see quite a few minutes added on. Leon to Bruggs. Bruggs into Pina. Pina's got a load of space. Can she do something with it? Cuts back. Cuts in. Puts the ball across. But Misa Rodriguez is there again. Comes out bravely. Claims it. And again we'll run the clock down. 6 additional minutes remaining. We are 6 minutes away from witnessing a historic result. If you are just tuning in, or you don't know the history behind this, these two sides have played each other 16 times, and Barcelona have won all 16. So finally, can Real Madrid get a positive result against their rivals and give us a title race in the Liga F? Well, 4 points, that's a title race. It's as close as we're going to get. Wow. Ryzen says Wolfsburg must be so worried about what Barca's going to be like this week. Last week was painful enough. Oh yeah, Barcelona will probably turn up there and absolutely smash them. But right now, no one apart from Wolfsburg is worrying about that right now. Barcelona have 5 minutes to find an equaliser. If not, they are going to lose their second game of the domestic season and their first ever game to Real Madrid. JK says title race is over, but a win will be huge. Never say never. 4 points is 4 points. It could have been 10, but as it stands, it's going to be 4, which is as close as it's been in a while. JK says, Sapphire says, Misa is having a hell of a game. She's been brilliant. Misa Rodriguez has been absolutely superb. I was impressed with her against Arsenal. And again, today, has been absolutely brilliant. Paraluelo. Gallardo to Pina. Cutting in. Puts the ball into Paraluelo. Bruggs. Bruggs swings it in. Not a bad ball. Headed away by Lacroix. And that will bounce out for a corner. Nearly went out for a throw, but went for a corner. Phil also expertly commenting on Olga Carmona falling to the deck there as we enter additional time with a very serious injury that she's managed to miraculously recover from. Game management has been superb from Real Madrid today. Corner for Barcelona. Can they find a goal to level this match? Ball into the box. Rodriguez punches clear. Paraluelo looks to keep it alive. Graham Hansen picks it up on the edge. Real Madrid have got 10 white shirts in their own penalty area. Ball hooked in there, headed on and headed out by one of the many, many white shirts in that 6-yard box. I think it was Lacroix. Barcelona corner again. Another chance to put the ball into the box, to put Real Madrid under pressure. 3 to play. Ball into the box. It's flicked on. It's headed away by Mendes. Athena gets it clear of the penalty area. Olga Carmona will chase it down and force Hansen backwards. Good spin though from the Barcelona winger. Plays it to Bonmati. Bonmati out to Leon. Leon will look to cross it, but they've done better there to close her down and she can't get that ball through. Bonmati into Pina. Pina comes inside, plays it round the corner to Engen. Yasmin intercepts and will hook it clear. And Real Madrid will look to get out. Caicedo will hunt it down. Leon will get there first though. Back to her own goalkeeper. Another minute played. Real Madrid are holding firm here. Switch of the play. Yasmin gets there first, heads it out. Pina will sit out for a Barcelona throw. Bonmati skips past Olga Carmona. Fernandez. Back to Bonmati. Intercepted by Angeldal superbly. Hooks it as far as the halfway line. And as far as the halfway line is as good as Real Madrid want it right now. Ball swung in by Leon. Again cleared. Again hooked further away. Athena will look to pick it up. Will she keep it on? Not quite. But it's a Barcelona throw in the centre of the pitch. And Real Madrid will not care about that. Ball with Leon again on the halfway line. Brings it forwards. Ball into Pina. Looks to fire it in behind. That's a great ball to Paraluelo. Will it hold up? No, it won't. Goal kick to Real Madrid. In this rain, as the hail has started falling once again, that ball was never going to hold up. And seeing back that Caroline Weir goal that has fired Real Madrid in front in these late stages. Brilliant from Linda Caicedo once again. And Caroline Weir slotting it past Catalina Cole. Sapphire says, best week in Real Madrid women's history. If they hold on here, I think there's a very good argument that you're right. What a week it has been. Foul given against Barcelona as well. You cannot afford to be doing that at this moment in the game. Real Madrid have got a free kick on the halfway line. JK says, changes were risky at being off. Oh yeah, bringing on Linda Caicedo and Weir, the creator of the goal and the goal scorer. Brilliant from Toril. They thought they managed to hang in there with their rotated 11 and then brought on the big guns to hold on. It's Real Madrid coming forward again. Big tackle from Leon to stop Caicedo. Carmona keeps it alive. Hooks it in there. Athena at the back post. Headed off the line by Engen. Headed in by West. Cross the line. That has crossed the line. Yes, it has. It's 3-1. Real Madrid have won it. Incredible scenes And it's we're at the double. And Real Madrid know that they have finally done it. A huge, huge goal. A brilliant performance. And that will seal the deal. As we enter 96 minutes, Real Madrid have a third. And in a season when they've been torn apart by Barcelona time and time again, they have finally scored. It does cross the line. Athena headed it goalwards. Engen heads it into the bar and it bounces on the line. Weir runs in, heads it over. Leon thinks she's hooked it clear, but it had crossed the line. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 3. Wow. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Barcelona can't believe it. Who would have thought? What a game from Real Madrid. What a performance. And the Barcelona stands have emptied, mostly because of the hail, but also because they're 3-1 down to Real Madrid. Wow. And that cross is tame, and that is it. At the 17th time of asking, for the first time in their history, Real Madrid have beaten their rivals. Barcelona finally fall to Madrid, and they close the gap at the top of the Liga F to 4 points. A historic game, a massive moment in Real Madrid's history. A brilliant performance that was defensively superb, and going forwards on the break in transition, they managed to punish Real Madrid. Somehow, Graham Hansen's got player of the match. I don't know how she's managed to do that. But that is not my player of the match. Caroline Weir, difference maker, off the bench, at the double, fires her team to a huge, huge victory. A brilliantly well-balanced, well-managed performance. And Real Madrid will not care that it is hailing, because they are way too happy. They will enjoy that. That is a monumental victory. Wow. What a win. Barcelona stunned. Real Madrid perfect. And they can finally say that they have beaten Barcelona. Going into this match, this season, they'd lost 5-0 to them twice, and they'd lost 3-1. But finally, they spin that result around, and they have beaten Barcelona by 3-1. And that is not it but for today. We still get to watch Man City Chelsea for the third time. And if you have just tuned in, then make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tune in later in about an hour 15 minutes time for Man City versus Chelsea. But wow, Real Madrid beat Barcelona at last. Brilliant reaction from everyone in chat. Thank you all so much for tuning in and witnessing this historic moment with myself on this stream. What a wait. First Liga F stream on this channel, and it has absolutely delivered. Superb. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much once again for 3,000 subscribers. Let's keep growing. Let's keep subscribing. If you are just tuning in, make sure to hit that button. Make sure to join me later. What a victory. That is absolutely incredible. Even running, and JK saying even with their not giving goal, Barca still lost. That is, spot on. And credit to Real Madrid. I mean, Barcelona they threw bodies forward, they threw everything at it, and Real just hit them on the counter to end the game. They still lead at the top, but they do suffer their second defeat of the season, and that gap does close to 4 now. Still a lot of work to do if Real Madrid will have any chance of winning the title. But I think to take this game, they have to take this game by itself, isolate it. An incredible, incredible victory. And someone else mentioned, is this the best week in Real Madrid women's history? What a start! Beat Arsenal 2-0 at home. Have just beaten Barcelona for the first time ever. And if they hold on at the Emirates on Wednesday, they will find themselves into the Champions League semi-finals. What a week! Wow. Thank you, JK, and everyone who's hopped in. Phil East, Anton, go when GP's back. And yeah, bloody hell, absolutely sums up that reaction. Maria, everyone who's tuned in. I'm not going to keep reading out names because I'm definitely going to miss someone and offend them. So, yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to go because, as I said, I'll be back for Man City versus Chelsea at 2:15. So, in an hour and 15 minutes, I'll be back for a big clash in the WSL. Chelsea won the League Cup final. Man City won the UWCL first leg. Who is going to win the WSL clash? But yeah, what a game. What a match. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Barcelona, they're still ridiculous. I'm sure they'll get over it and be all right. But wow. Just wow. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll be back later. But that is all for now. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you later.